Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm David Reichert. Today we're going to make some tags for our Christmas gifts. You're going to start with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. I'm using the paper crafting or craft paper color. Cut 4 1/4 the long ways, and then we're going to measure our stamp and make sure that we can get at least 2 1/4 inches out of it. I was debating on making the whole stamp into the tag, but I decided to let it go off the sides. So we're going to cut it at 2 1/4, and you'll get 10 tags out of one sheet of paper. I like doing my tags in an even 12. I don't know why. So I'll grab another sheet and get me 2 more. And it's okay if you have some left over because I am kind of addicted to making tags, so I know I'll use it up later. And after you've got them all sliced down to 2 1/4. Yeah, not enough. I'm going to take the angle punch and punch out the corners, the top two. And don't get carried away and do all four. I did that one day, which wasn't bad looking, but, that wasn't the look we were going for. Grab your Tim Holtz ruler. It has a regular ruler on one side and a center finder on the other. And we're going to use that on a tag to find the center. And I'm going to come down a 1/2 inch using a little grid. And I'm going to take my pokey tool and I'm going to poke a little hole. And yes, I know my pokey tool is a cookie stencil thingy, but frankly, it didn't work well on cookies. It broke them apart, so I'm using it for crafting. Bamboo skewers work better for cookies. And then I take the next little stack, and I take the little pokey tool, and I just go around the inside of that circle, and it puts a little round scratch, and I can use that to find my hole and punch the next batch without using a pencil. I don't do well with pencil marks. I'll do it sometimes, but not always. Use your eyelet setter or Crop-A-Dile to poke your holes. I use the bigger hole because I think it works better for the twine. I'm using the To and from the set Christmas Insta Wreath. And I got those from Made It. And this stamp set I'm using here for the Mary and Joseph and Baby Jesus is from Christmas Miracle. And I also got that one from Made It. Most of my stamps are from Made It. She puts out some good quality stamps and lots of different ones. Christmas Begins with Christ comes from the Insta Wreath. And the Merry Christmas I'm going to use later on comes from the same stamp set. There's others that has To and From that she did, but some of them are smaller. This is the one I wanted to use because it was a good size. Tried to use my Jelly Roll white pen. It did not work. It was out. So I had to switch over to an acrylic paint marker. And these work pretty good. And I actually got these from Amazon for something else. Oh, to paint on wood for my little mini Christmas decorations that I've been putting on my tags. And they work real good. And you get your twine, find your middle. I put mine in from the front because it looks cleaner. I like the way it wraps around the two strands that go through it. I'm sure it doesn't matter which way you put it through, but my preference is for the front. It looks better that way. Kind of looks like it's finished at the top when it's got that little piece of twine that wraps around the two. I'm going to speed this up in a second because you don't need to watch me put 12 strings through tags. Or maybe I didn't speed it up, I just cut it out. And then, of course, I'm counting them again. I don't know why I do this. Constantly counting. And that's a pretty easy stamp. Just stamped. I mean, tag, just stamped. Our next tag, cut the base the same. On this one, we're going to use this Marion Bright paper pack. I got this a few years ago from May Magic. I don't even know if they still have this kind. You know, some of our stashes are older than the Nina Pinta and the Santa Maria, so I'm going to cut these down to 2 inches wide. I'm not sure how tall I want them yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut the slices out that I know I want. And then we'll come back and do the other half when we get the other parts together for it. And these are little um, unfinished wooden ornaments I got from Amazon. It's a 300 pack, and it has a lot in it. Christmas trees, bells, candy canes. There's some hearts, snowflakes, angels, and I had one snowman in the whole bag. I'm saving him for something special. Um, the gold paint pen, I don't know. Walmart, I believe, is where I got that from. The other gold pen I had actually for crafting didn't work, so I had to grab that one. I think that one was actually in the furniture section. I had it downstairs in the basement, had to hunt it. These are the buttons I bought these acrylic pens for because they work really good for them. I didn't want to use none of my Nuvo markers on here. I didn't figure they would show up as well on wood as it does on paper. And I was scared the wood would ruin the tips. And then, of course, through the magic of TV, voila, we have 12 done. I only had 4 bells left and 8 candy canes, so I thought that'll be perfect for making 12 tags. And you'll notice color-wise, I try to use a balance of green and red on each tag. We're going to stamp our to and froms. And yes, I could have used a Misty for that, but I'm not a I'm not good with the Misty. I mean, it's okay, but I don't get my paper in the right place. It moves. It's something all the time. I will sit down one day and take my time and do it right. I'm trying to figure out now how tall I want that slice to be. And I've decided 2 inches because I'm also going to paper punch a scalloped circle. 2 inches. And I'm gonna go around the edge very lightly with the regular ink because I don't have any of the like antique photo or whatever you call it. Give it a little dimension. I'm gonna stamp in those. The Merry Christmas. There was a bad dip in my table, so I decided to get this wood block and see if it worked better. And it definitely worked better. And then we'll begin. We're going to lay out and set up one and see how it looks and decide where we want it. Make sure your paper's turned the right way. I almost turned that the wrong way when I was doing it. There's a line down through each snowflake to connect it with the next one, showing you how the way they're filing, and I almost turned it to the side. And I'm pretty sure, I know a lot of people don't pay attention to it, but somebody would have thought, yeah. And now we're going to begin fighting with the glue bottle. I had dropped my art glitter glue bottle. See, I almost put it down, didn't I? I had dropped my art glitter glue bottle, and the pen was not all the way in, and when it flipped, it hit the floor with the pen side down. So it bent the pen, and I had to call the man that made it and order me a pen. And that sweet girl got my pen in the mail that day, and then later on that night is when I'm doing this, and I realized that the tip was split. So I had to order another tip to put on the bottle too. So but in the meantime, I didn't want to add more glue to the bottle because I wanted to get it cleaned out before and leave it empty till the pen got here and the new tip because I didn't want to put more glue in it and have it trying to dry out. So in a few minutes, we're going to have to change to another bottle of glue. That glue, by the way, is called art glitter glue, and right now in the wintertime is not a good time to try to order the glue because they don't ship it when it dips below 40 degrees at night because it will make you act funny. I think it changes the consistency. Mine's a little runny, but that's because mine is like 2 years old. Because when it was summertime, I ordered me two huge bottles, and I can't find the second one, so I don't know what I've done with it. It's somewhere. And that bottle gave out, so I switched over to this 3-in-1 glue, which is okay. It works good too, but I like the art glitter glue better for my paper projects. The 3-in-1 doesn't dry as fast. And there's how I packaged them up. You can give them as gifts. Here's a few other ones I've done. That one was out of a Coca-Cola box, buttons and stamps, cut aparts and those decorations, buttons and ribbon, wooden hearts out of that. Um, and there's the snowflakes, and there's the deers and the elk and the angels. I love that packer. This I left in. It is a mistake. The whole tag is a mistake, and you will see why in a minute. I don't do very good with rulers, as you're about to see. In my head, I'm thinking a third, a third, and a third. And one third has a slant, the second third has a slant, but the middle third doesn't. And that's a tag. Well, between my brain, that ruler, and that pencil, no. I made too steep of a cut, and I tried to cut it down, and I said, screw this, and I throw it to the side. I'll use it for something else. So I'm going to get another one out, and we're going to try it again, and I'm just going to eyeball it this time. No measuring, no marking, just do it. And as you'll see, I do a lot better this time. Now, because I don't have a stamp with a to and from that size, I took it and went on Microsoft Office and made a to and from and made it, I think 72's the number at the bottom of my list of sizes. And I just run it through the printer and printed it on. I'll show you in a minute. And that is much better. Yeah. I almost popped that through without even looking to see where the middle was. Now it takes me a while because I'm going to be counting these little measurements across there. And why I didn't just slide it over to where the one where it started at 0, I don't know. Or grab the Tim Holtz ruler and use it, the one I told you about a while ago. And there we are, to and from. And I'm going to grab that Marion Bright paper pack again and grab me some paper out of it. I was going to make three tags, and I got 3 decorations to put on them. But since we're down to 2 tags because I was too lazy to go print another one. I'm going to cut it down to 2. And I wanted a snowy sky, and I thought this stripe looked like a road. And I'm sure there's a better way to cut this down, but well, it is what it is, and you're going to have to learn. I don't always do things the right way. Sometimes we go back plumb backwards, but it'll get there. I don't even know if you realize it, but I just clocked my head right on that camera pole. I saw stars. And I didn't have a stamp big enough to write on here with the huge sentiments, so I went ahead and wrote it by hand. I may have one with huge sentiments. I'm not sure. I haven't looked through them to see. And you can make tags as small as you want or as big as you want. I have a door in the basement, and I was going to toss it out. And I thought, well, this looks like a tag. All I need to do is cut those 2 top corners off and grab a hole saw and put it in the middle of it and give it a little coat of paint and grab some of those wire Christmas decorations. You know, the type they have at Dollar General that you poke in the ground and pop the pole off of it and just glue that metal design, whatever's on it, to it. All right, we're going to do a tag in black because I thought it would complement that white snowflake pretty good. And I had a 12 by 12 piece of paper in cardstock. I don't know why I keep calling it paper. I was too lazy to go look for 8.5 by 11 or 8.25 by 11. Oh, 8.5. So I cut it down to that. And of course, since you can't see black printer ink on black paper, I just printed this off on computer paper. I threw a fake name in, so don't worry. And glued it down. And those are ornaments from Dollar General. That truck with the Santa and the snowflake, and there was a green deer I had earlier. And I'm going to take these half pearls. I think I got these at Hobby Lobby. Dollar General has them too. But I got a bigger selection from Hobby Lobby, and they were on sale, so Merry Christmas to me. And I'm going to tip each snowflake tip with it, and the center with a large one. And then a nice white ribbon. I was trying to use, I thought about using those beads, but nah. And I was going to use this is actually macrame thread, yarn, rope. I'm not sure what it is. Then I changed my mind and went with the white ribbon. And there is you some large tags. These are going in my Christmas tree because I'm not giving away anything big enough to use this on. Hope you enjoyed this video.